Schopenhauer, Free Will, and Modern Thought Introduction. Welcome to Psychology Unbound. Today, we dive into one of the most debated topics in philosophy and psychology. Free will. Do we truly make choices, or is everything predetermined? Let's explore what Arthur Schopenhauer believed and how modern thinkers weigh in on the debate. Schopenhauer's concept of the will. Arthur Schopenhauer, 1788 to 1860, was a German philosopher who was heavily influenced by Immanuel Kant and Eastern philosophy. His most famous work, The World as Will and Representation, argues that at the core of existence lies an irrational, blind, and insatiable will. Schopenhauer believed that what we call free will is an illusion. Our desires, instincts, and actions are not truly chosen, but are dictated by an underlying force, the will, which operates beyond our conscious control. He saw humans as puppets of this force, with no real autonomy over their decisions. In his famous quote, he stated, "A man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills." This means that while we might feel like we are making choices, our very desires themselves are not freely chosen. They arise from factors beyond our control, such as biology, environment, and subconscious drives. Schopenhauer's influence on later thinkers. Schopenhauer's ideas influenced many later philosophers, including Friedrich Nietzsche, Sigmund Freud, and Albert Einstein. Nietzsche developed his concept of the will to power in response to Schopenhauer's will, suggesting that while life is driven by irrational forces, humans can shape their own destiny through strength and creativity. Freud incorporated Schopenhauer's ideas into his theories on the unconscious, arguing that much of human behavior is driven by hidden psychological forces beyond our control. Modern perspectives. Does free will exist? 1. Psychology and neuroscience. Modern research supports some of Schopenhauer's claims. Neuroscientific studies, such as those by Benjamin Libet, suggest that our brains decide before we are consciously aware of making a decision. Brain scans reveal activity moments before a person reports making a choice, implying that subconscious processes dictate much of our behavior. Further studies in cognitive science suggest that our perception of free will may be a cognitive illusion. Experiments in behavioral psychology demonstrate how external stimuli, habits, and conditioning strongly shape decision-making processes. 2. Philosophy. Philosophers remain divided. Determinists, like Schopenhauer, argue that everything is causally determined by prior events, making true free will impossible. Compatibilists, such as Daniel Dennett, believe that free will and determinism can coexist if we redefine free will as the ability to act according to our motives without external coercion. Libertarians, not the political kind, but thinkers like Robert Caine, argue that free will exists and that certain choices are genuinely open to us. Counter-arguments. Is free will an illusion? Despite the strong arguments against free will, some scholars argue that conscious reasoning and self-awareness allow for meaningful decision-making. Quantum physics and randomness. Some interpretations suggest that quantum mechanics introduces an element of randomness that might leave room for free will. Emergent consciousness. Some neuroscientists argue that consciousness is an emergent property that allows us to override subconscious influences. The practical implications of the debate. Does believing in free will matter? Research suggests that people who believe in free will tend to be more responsible and proactive, while those who reject it are more likely to show pessimistic or fatalistic behaviors. In legal and ethical discussions, the concept of free will plays a crucial role in moral responsibility. If our actions are fully determined by unconscious processes, Should we hold people accountable for their actions? Was Schopenhauer right? While modern science aligns with Schopenhauer's skepticism about free will, it doesn't necessarily mean we lack agency. Even if choices are influenced by factors beyond our control, recognizing those influences allows us to navigate them. The debate continues, but one thing is certain. Understanding these ideas can help us better understand ourselves. Conclusion. So, do you believe in free will, or do you think Schopenhauer was right? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into philosophy and psychology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more thought-provoking content. See you next time.